In writing, our learning target again is I can write about events and feelings so that I can tell a story. So we're going to continue our narrative stories. And today what we're going to write a narrative story about is a time that you guys helped someone. So before you even get started, you need to really think about a time that you helped someone. And when you're going to write about that, you need to figure out how you can write your who the characters are about a time you help someone, what the characters are doing a time you help someone, where the characters are at a time you help someone, when did this happen a time you help someone, and how were the characters feeling. So I have my success criteria, and again, we're just focusing on this part and reading or write. Then I have my popcorn words to help me out. And then I'm going to think about, so a time that I helped someone. So a few months ago, my friend had surgery and her husband had to go back to work. So I went over to her house to help her. She had just had a baby and she just needed some help. So I'm going to write, I went to my friend's house after she had surgery. She was so thankful. So the who would be me and my friend. The what is to help her. The where is her house. The when is after she had surgery. And the how is she was thankful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. My first sentence is going to be, I went to my friend's house to help her after she had surgery. Okay, I'm going to get my popcorn word list out and keep it right next to me. I is a popcorn word, so I'm going to spell that correctly. I went. Went. Finger space. Went. 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 I went. Finger space to, popcorn word T-O, my, popcorn word M-Y. I went to my friends, F-R-I-N-D-S. Okay, friends, F. Friends, F-R. Friends, F-R-I. Friends, F-R-I-N. In friends, F-R-I-N-D. Friends, F-R-I-N-D-S. I went to my friend's house. House. Okay. House. H. House. Ow. And again, we talked about this. The O-U and the O-W sometimes say ow. House. Ow. S. I went to my friend's house to, finger space, to, T-O, popcorn word, help. E-O-P. Help. H. Help. E-E. Help. E-O-L. Help. E-O-P. I went to my friend's house to help, finger space, her. And that's a popcorn word. I'm just using this list as I go. Her. H-E-R. H-E-R. I went to my friend's house to help her after, 2 syllables, af, finger space, af, after, r. I went to my friend's house to help her after she is a popcorn word, S-H-E. She had. Add. H. Had. Had. Add. She, I'm going to reread it. I went to my friend's house to help her after she had, okay, surgery, 3 syllables. The first syllable is sir, s-er, sir, s-er, jur, j-er, j, jur, j-er, surgery, e. Okay. I went to my friend's house to help her after she had surgery. She, it's a Popcorn word, S-H-E. She, finger space, was, that's another Popcorn word, W-A-S. She was so, another Popcorn word, S-O. Thankful. Thank. T-H says thank. A. Thank. A-N. Thank. A-N-K. I'm going to go with K. Thank. Full. Full. O. Watching my mouth, I think it's an O. Full. O. O. L. She was so thankful. Period. Okay, so I have my who the characters are at. I went to my friend's house, so me and my friend. The what the characters are doing to help her, that's what we were doing. The where, my friend's house. The when was after she had surgery, and the how was she was so thankful. So I have my who, what, where, when, and how. Now I can check my success criteria. So the very first thing, oh, you know what I forgot? I'm going to draw it really quick, my quick sketch. So I'm going to draw, and this will just help me remember, and I can go back and finish it up later. But I'm going to draw my friend's house really quickly. And that'll remind me, and I can draw her and I over here later. Okay, so now I need to go through and I need to make sure my popcorn words are spelled correctly. I pretty much checked them as I was writing, but I'm going to go through one more time and make sure I did them all. Because sometimes you get to writing and you just forget to check. So I, here's I, it's spelled correctly. To, T-O, T-O, my, M-Y, M-Y, friend's house, to, T-O, T-O, her, H-E-R, H-E-R, she, S-H-E, S-H-E, had, H-A-D, had wasn't one. Surgery, she, S-H-E, and I go back here, S-H-E, was W-A-S, W-A-S, so, S-O, S-O. Okay, so my popcorn words are spelled correctly, so I can check that one off. I have finger spaces between my words, so finger space between I and went, finger space between went and to, finger space between to and my. Uh-oh, I don't have a finger space between friends and house. So I'm going to erase house. I'm going to do a finger space. Then I'm going to write ow. Okay, finger space, finger space, finger space, finger space between friends and house, finger space between house and to, finger space between help and her, finger space between her and after, finger space between she and had, finger space between had and surgery, finger space between she and was, finger space between was and so. Cool. So I have all my finger spaces. Now it says I have periods. So I need to check and make sure that I have periods at the end of my sentences. I went to my friend's house to help her after she had surgery. Uh-oh, that's a sentence, and I did forget my period. She was so thankful, period. Okay, now I can check off that I have periods. I have no funky capitals, so I need to make sure my letters are all written the correct way, that I don't have uppercases in the wrong spot. I is good, went is good, to is good, my is good, friends. Do you guys see anything wrong here? Yeah, I accidentally did this S backwards. And sometimes you might need your parents to help check this for you at this point. Because sometimes when you're looking at it so many times, you don't see those mistakes. I is good, went is good, to is good, my is good, friends is good, house is good, to is good, help is good, her is good, after is good, she is good, had is good, surgery is good, she is good, was is good, so is good, thankful is good. Okay, so I can check off that I have no funky caps. I have an uppercase at the start of my sentence, so I need to check for uppercases. I is the start of a sentence, and that's uppercase. I went to my friend's house to help her after she had surgery. Here's a period, so uh-oh, she needs to be in uppercase. She was so thankful. Okay, now I can say I have uppercases. And now I'm just going to reread it one more time for fluency, just to make sure it all sounds good now that I've checked it. I went to my friend's house to help her after she had surgery. She was so thankful. All right, I am good. I can check that off. And we will focus on these other three things on Friday, but make sure you get your sketch done and your success criteria with your who, what, where, when, and how, talking about a time that you guys helped someone.